Game number 2, live odds, sportsbookreview.com. The association, Thunder on the road to take on Detroit. Pistons 3, 200 the total. A horrible loss last night by the Thunder at home to the Magic, and they gave up a ton of points. Now, look at this schedule, Teddy. Detroit back at home after the long road trip. We know what usually happens when that team's back on that first game of a long homestand.
Yeah, and this is definitely something that's worth talking about from an NBA handicapping perspective. The prevailing wisdom is always, they're back home. They're a great spot. No, the second game back home is a great spot. The first game back home, think about it. You get home, you've been gone for a week. What do you got to do? You got to pay bills. You got to go talk to your neighbor. You got to check the mail. Your girlfriend wants attention. Your wife wants attention. It's different for game one, and those tend to be bet against spots. And when you look at the schedule, again, they played the Clippers and at Phoenix and at San Antonio, lost those 3. Got the win on the second night of back-to-backs in altitude at Denver to close out the trip. They salvaged something. So they're not even coming home desperate. And what happens after the night? Just a one-game trip home. Then they travel to Madison Square Garden. Then they travel to Cleveland. So in that short time at home with the one game, they got to deal with a lot of things, not just basketball. So you wonder, is this really a home game? Or is this actually part of a 9-game road trip that's longer than you think it is? Or a 7-game road trip, I should say, based on the 4 they played and the 2 that are upcoming. It's worth noting, the Pistons, even though they have played a tough early schedule, they do have the number 6 defense in the NBA for the first couple of weeks of the campaign.
Thunder schedule the opposite of Detroit. They've been home since November 4th, 4 games in that span, no back-to-backs. A lot of time for Donovan to work with the new rotation. Westbrook putting up great numbers, but they're also getting it done on defense. Remember, it's points per 100 possessions. You got to factor in pace there. Here's this graphic. Points per 100 possessions. They were 16th in 2015. They were 12th last year, and they are 4th so far early on in the season. No Durant. They're really pushing the ball. Pace, go.
And that's the key, what you're talking about here. If you look at Oklahoma City's overall numbers, you're not going to see the defense looking much better. But that points per possession is so key, and the markets aren't going to fully note. Again, at the top of the show, what are we saying? What are the markets not valuing correctly? Potentially Oklahoma City's defense. The markets have not fully noted that defense because their pace has picked up so much. What are they? 3.1 possessions per game faster than last season. That tells me there might be some value on OKC defensively, even though they're not a squad that I'm looking to bet under the total based on that faster pace in 2016-17 thus far.
Hey guys, for the full video, go to sbrpicks.com.
So we're giving you picks every day, and you're probably making your own as well. Be sure to participate in SBR's weekly Twitter Bankroll Challenge. Just post your picks on Twitter with @SBRSportsPicks and the hashtag BetSBR before 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every day, Monday through Friday. We'll be betting your picks, and if the bankroll is positive at the end of the week, you could win the profits. Picks must be of events taking place that day and available in at least one of the major sportsbooks shown in our Best Sportsbooks page.